name is Vincent Ahidjo, Kurungu. I'm a son of the soil of Boate extraction. I've been into Boate activism for a long time. What I mean by activism, things to do with the development of our people and the unity, and cohesion of our people, most especially of the youths. I initiated this group, Boate Action Group, for like minds, and I brought in people together to see how we can further the cause of our development as a people, having found out that there's so much negligence of so many things around our communities, especially the grassroots. And we co-opted a lot of people, including our elders, the middle class, the youths. So, and then we started looking at things that we need to do to impact on the livelihood of our people. We started from so many things, including then the flooding, and then we looked at Savannah Sugar, relationship between Savannah Sugar and our people. We looked at the development of communities in the villages, the lack of roads, lack of potable drinking water. We were looking at so many things actually. And then because it's a group of diverse minds, people with different ideas coming together to voice out. If you look at the slogan of the group, it's in Boate dialect. So means we should awaken ourselves. So, and the group was actually meant for lamentations. Lamentation means people should voice out. People should complain. People should say what they think is the best for our future. So people started voicing out, and as a result, we got one testimony from one of our aunties about what she encountered at the hospital when she took our daughter, or granddaughter actually. And then we looked at it and said, okay, let us even investigate what is happening in that hospital. So we formed a committee that went around, not just in Numan General Hospital, Jamsa, Lamunde, to see to themselves, how is the hospital run? What are those facilities in the hospitals that are not being managed well or are absent completely? So we can see how, not because we had money, but because even within the group we have people, we have politicians, we have a lot of people we have learned people, we have rich and the poor, we have people that are into government. So we could see how we can use that platform to solicit for solutions. So they came back with results, and it was not a good one. And within the same period, we got one testimony from one of our brothers who said he works with an NGO, and he went on a crusade, an outreach in one of the villages around Numan, and what the information he gave was so worrisome that we felt that there was need for us to do something. A situation where a young man was HIV positive, and he didn't know he was HIV positive, and because he's a farmer, and he has, farmers nowadays, especially the villages, are becoming a little bit okay with them, comfortable with what they're getting, and he impregnated 6 girls, from different communities, and he didn't know he was a carrier. So you could imagine that those 6 girls probably would have been infected too, and maybe probably the children that they are carrying might also be infected, and maybe by extension they also have boyfriends whom they keep outside this young man, and it could also be that among the boyfriends that are married men who So you can imagine the way they sprayed. So that brought so much worry into the group, not just for me, for everybody. And we had several meetings, online meetings, because I live in Lagos actually. So we are always having online meetings with members. So we agreed that look, the best way we could see how we could do this is not to depend on government all the time, not to depend on politicians all the time. We should also take up this challenge on our own as a people to see how we can rally around and push this. So you can see this is the genesis of this outreach that we intend to start tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not a doctor, but the fact that I've been part of the committee that are actually pushing for this, and among them we have doctors, I should be able to specify things that we are planning, those areas where we want to concentrate on. First of all, we are going for screening, free blood screening for everybody. You know, screening for HIV is voluntary, you know, but we intend to have that done, hepatitis A, B, C, D, and wherever. Then for eye test, you know, gynae issues, we have surgeries. What else? A lot. The doctors will specify when people get in there, but we have a lot to do during the outreach. In fact, we were very lucky yesterday when we went for the purchase of drugs in Yola. We were in Saka, you know, on the instructions of the Commissioner of Health, and we were given a lot and lots of. We were provided with kits, modern kits for hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E, and also of HIV and syphilis. So that part has been taken care of. We're going to go for malaria, typhoid, all manner of things that are always gotten from blood infections and all that. When they are screened, the doctors will find out what the problem is and will take care of it. Now, in addition to that, because what we did was contributory, the group contributed their own hard-earned money. It was not gotten from elsewhere aside from the group, and maybe well-wishers from outside. This one will bring 1,000, this one will bring 2,000, this one 10,000, 1,500,000 naira. And we were able to get some reasonable amount of money, which I might not mention here. And we went for purchase. So since it's like a community effort, and we also make sure that the community enjoys from the benefits of what the kind-hearted people had contributed for their sake. So by tomorrow, 26, we're going to start by 8 o'clock. It's a 3-day outreach, 26, 27, and 28. What we did yesterday was a health walk, and just to create awareness. And let me add on to this. One of the major problems we are having, not just us, all the communities we have around, I'm sure around the country, is that people are so ignorant of the fact that going for checkups is what gives you an idea of what you are passing through, right? Because there are symptoms, there are ailments that don't have symptoms, like high blood pressure. If you are not careful, you won't know the symptoms of high blood pressure, and it's one of the deadliest ailments we have. Because one of the symptoms are also symptoms to other ailments, especially headache, right? Constant headache. You can have constant headache from migraine. You can have constant headache even when you have malaria or typhoid. So unless you are careful, you will know that it's high blood pressure. And the resultant effect of that is dangerous. So that's why we keep encouraging people to always go for checkups. Don't be scared of going for checkup, because if you don't go for checkup, you will not know what is wrong with you, because they come with similar symptoms. You might be treating malaria for typhoid. You might be treating one other ailment for another ailment, which is unknown to you. The example I gave about a young man who impregnated 6 girls, he never knew he was HIV positive, because the symptom for HIV positive does not come automatically. Sometimes it takes 3 to 6 months for you to come out, for people to know, right? And at that point, it will be too late. So what we are having around us here is people having a situation where we have people living with a lot of ailments that are not known, that are not known. So by the time these things blow out, it will be dangerous for the entire community. So that is why we are taking up this as a challenge to see how we can further. It's not going to be the first. This is just the beginning. And by the grace of God, we are going to further the course in subsequent months or years. Maybe it could be annual. It could be 3 times or 2 times per annum, depending on how the group wants to be. Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. It has always been my desire. I've been preaching about this a long time ago. You know, one problem we are having around here is that we don't believe in each other. We don't trust each other. Coming together is becoming a problem when you don't trust each other, when you don't believe in each other. 2 people cannot come out with the same idea at the same time and the same minute at the same second. Somebody has to start something. And by starting, it does not mean that it takes credit for it. Idea could come to anybody. It's about wisdom. And wisdom is not age, right? The smallest person you think cannot give you an idea that will save you can make it work. So unity is all about bonding. It's all about coming together. It's all about agreeing with each other. It's about showing love. It's about agreeing with each other. It's about trusting each other. Without unity, there is no way there can be progress. There is no way. And it has always been what we've been preaching for. It shouldn't be a one-man show. It should be something that is all inclusive. We must all have to come together. It's not about Penda Boate alone. We can't leave issues of unity to Penda Boate alone. We can't leave issues of development or progress to one person or to a group of people. We need to come together to help our paramount rulers, to help the government, to help the umbrella body, to be able to develop ourselves, most especially with our youths, most especially. What is happening around us is detestable. It's not something we should all sit down on the fence and be watching. The problem we are having is that everybody wants to sit on the fence. Nobody wants to be part of what others are doing, right? If you are not part of it, you think that it is not important, right? So we need to be together to be able to move on. Progress is not about now. Progress is about tomorrow and future. We are giving back to children, and every father's desire is to have a child grow and grow well, right? If we have our children and we want the best for them, we must build a foundation for them. We must ensure that they grow even after us, to ensure that they live well, they grow well, they keep to themselves. They are men of them. They should be able to be proud of themselves and proud of where they are living. But when you don't care about the environment, how do you want your child to grow to that environment? A lot of people are sitting on the fence. A lot of people don't give a damn. They don't care what happens around us. The most disturbing is our local communities, our rural areas, our grassroots. You come to Numan, you see everybody is moving well. Everywhere is set. But when you go back to the village, what you see there is worrisome. It's disturbing. You see our girls, we call them girl child, child, what do you call it? Girl child. They dropped her from school, they give birth, and they have nowhere to go to. After that, what next? What happens? After childbearing, what happens? They want to go back to school, nobody's there for them. They don't have electricity, they don't have roads, they don't have potable water, drinking water for themselves. They are just stuck to Numan, stuck to themselves, stuck to Lamude. We don't go to the villages to see what they pass through. We're just to ourselves. We don't care what happens to other people in our community, especially to our politicians. It's only when they need these people that they do it. And you know why? Because they gave up. Now they're into farming. Nobody cares for them, so they want to care for themselves, right? So the young men have gone back to farms, and they're doing very well. That does not mean that we should ignore them. It doesn't mean we should ignore them. A farmer needs road to transport his goods back home. We don't have roads. They don't have electricity. You can see, I give an example. I always give an example of Kiken here. Kiken is closest to Numan, the closest village to Numan. Numan is the administrative headquarters of Watapi, but yet they don't have light. How many kilometers do we have from here to Kiken? Less than 2 kilometers. Yet they don't have light. And I've always said, go to Boro, Mbulala, go to Lo, go to Dili. Every village you go to Boro, you see light. When you come to our side, you see nothing. Right? And I've always challenged our people about this. How much does it cost to give light to our people? How much does it cost? The problem is because we are not bonding together, we are not coming together, we are not working together. We disrespect ourselves. We don't take ourselves seriously. We envy ourselves so much at a point where you feel that the next person to you is an enemy. If somebody starts something, you look at him as an enemy. Who is he? Where is he from? That kind of slogan that they say that discourages people from coming home. If you do something good, they will say it's blood money. There is nothing you will do good that people will not attach sentiments and names to you. And that's worse. And if you don't have the heart, you run away. You need the heart of a lion to be able to withstand what is happening around us here. That is not what we are praying for. And that is the essence of Action Group. We need to prepare people to come together. We need to push people to come together. President Abode has a lot to do. He has a lot to do. It's not just the name that matters. They are the umbrella body. We need them. They need us. And we also need to support them. They can't move on their own without our financial support, without our moral support. But our people are very, very difficult when it comes to finances. And if we don't sacrifice, how do we develop? God provided for us to be able to take care of our place. God has given us everything. We have water, we have arable land, we have everything. So what else do we need? Unity.